Chris Cody, you just had a very unique experience with Papi. Papi wandered in. Everybody was thrilled to see him. Papi seemed wildly indifferent about seeing everyone else. How did that go with you? Explain to the audience your most recent experience with my beloved Papi.
Well, I don't want to be too pushy, so I'm kind of doing the thing of like, all right, Papi, we're ready when you are, and he kind of gives me the, huh. So I'm like, all right, he's going to start walking this way, and I look back over a minute later, and he's just kind of like looking at a picture. And I'm like, all right, did he not get my mess? So I do the thing. I literally just repeat it. All right, Papi, you can sit in Stugotz. So 2 of those I've done. And then that next time he takes like 4 or 5 steps. So I'm like, all right, this time he's definitely coming. And I look back 10 seconds later, and he's once again just kind of like, and I just got the feeling, does he not want to go in there?
Morning, Papi. Morning, everybody.
Good morning.
That is a very curious headphone style that you've got over there.
Yeah?
Yeah, the headphone goes over the ear. You have the outside part on the inside.
Oh, okay. Hold
Yeah,
on
there you go.
He's out of practice. He's
There
rusty.
we
He's
go.
been in retirement. And when Chris Cody was calling him, at various points, comedically, one of the things that was funny is that he's like, all right, Papi, and Papi's in exactly the same place. And then he looks again, and now Papi's in the same place, but also eating a Danish with no interest whatsoever, it seemed like, on coming on and being on with us. So what was happening there, Papi? I thought you'd be thrilled to come in here and rip the Dolphins.
No, first I got to pay attention to the spread. I like that spread.
Yeah, it is. We didn't have that at the
Not the
Cleveland
point
area.
spread.
Against the spread.
Oh, that point spread
No,
with
he's-
the Dolphins, that's a different
He's
story.
not against the spread. He's for the spread. He's very much.
Pastelitos, I love those ones.
I know. You see,
I have to file a complaint. I couldn't find a croqueta. You know, that's my weakness.
yes, I failed you again. This we didn't have any breakfasts at the Clevelander, and now we have breakfasts, but they're not good enough because they do seem a little cheap and they don't have croquetas. But we thought that you'd be coming in raring to go to just see another Dolphin season end the way all the Dolphin seasons end. We thought that you'd be wanting to run to a microphone to tell everybody that you've been right for 25 years.
Well, I mean, that goes without saying. It's the old saying. They're still talking about the perfect season. They will revert back to the perfect season. You know, I just feel sorry for these Dolphins fans. You know, I mean, their hopes, they get real high. They buy all kind of things, you know, hats and T-shirts, the old Marino
Jerseys.
T-shirts, you know, jerseys, you know, even pants, you know,
Pants.
even football, you know. And then what happened? Oh, they come out strong out of the gate.
They in the helmet, Papi.
And then all of a sudden, when it gets down to the home wire, you know, start losing games. I have always said that in order for the Dolphins to win, they got to play in hot weather. That's a tropical weather team. You know what I mean? They got to change the playoff to June, July, and August for the Dolphins to make it.
Put it on the poll, please, Juju.
That's right. It's not fair, you know, that you practice and you play at home 95, 102 degrees, and then you got to face a shift, you know, 40 below, you know, in Kansas City, and you expect the Dolphins to win.
Did not take him long. He's cooking now.
Should Dolphins fans boycott buying team merchandise until they win a playoff game, Papi?
Oh, have they won a playoff game? I'm not sure. No.
Not in my lifetime.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, I see Dan Marino on the sidelines. Maybe that's what they have to get rid of. You know what I mean?
Whoa!
Why not?
We are blaspheming against the legends. You're on Billy's side here. Billy thinks that the statue that the Heat should put outside the arena is a more honest statue of the Rachel Nichols interview with Wade and LeBron James commemorating his best moment with the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's what Billy thinks should be the statue. That is what you said.
I said it'd be funny if they did that. They do have an actual problem with the Wade statue, though, like if they're going to be historically accurate, because you would think the one that they would make is the "This Is My House" one, right? But he's wearing an El Heat jersey. So are they going to make the one Heat statue him wearing an El Heat jersey?
I was surprised that he got a statue and he got a so-called T-shirt retirement type of move, you know, after what he did to the Heat. Though,
That's
you know
what.
what I mean?
Thank you. Finally, some sense in this room.
No, it's true, you know. He left us, you know. He went to Chicago, the Bulls, and from the Bulls, they figured out he couldn't do anything else. They traded him to the Cavaliers, and the Cavaliers figured out after 3 or 4 games he couldn't do anything else, and then he went back to Miami. And there was the Godfather, you know, with his arms open. Here comes my son. I'm waiting for you. Back to your home. And all of a sudden, got a stash on everything.
You don't think he should? You don't think Wade should have a statue?
I leave that for the masses to decide.
Sounds
No
like
comment.
Put it on the poll.
sounds like you have some opinions here that are aligned with Billy's. That are. I'm surprised. I don't hear very many Miami people being anti-Wade.
No, I'm not anti-Wade.
Neither am I.
I'm just telling you what happened.
Pro-truth, exactly right. We're just stating the facts, Dan.
Yeah, I
we
mean-
leave it up to the masses to decide if they make statues or not.
You're too much of a politician. You won't take sides.
Classic.
Put it on the poll. Is Papi not anti-Wade, but just pro-truth at LeBatard Show? Udonis Haslem is mad at me, Papi. Let's play the video here from his podcast with Mike Miller. On this podcast, incidentally, he walked back slightly what he said about bleep Bill Russell. He said he would like to apologize to the family of Bill Russell for saying bleep Bill Russell when it was said that the Heat would retire the jersey of Bill Russell. But he said those mother bleepers in Boston, those fans, he's not apologizing to them for anything. But I hadn't heard what they played for me here when I got in today, which is he's still holding on to something here from 25 years ago that I simply don't remember.
Before I even set foot on the basketball court, there was an article written by Dan Le Batard. I love you, Dan, but you tried me. Saying that Shaq could never win with a power forward 6'7", 6'6", 6'7". Now, mind
Well,
you,
you're 6'7.5" anyway.
yeah,
so
but the
he's wrong.
mother just won with Travis Knight. So what the is you talking about? You gonna single me out? I kick Travis Knight ass 7 days a week and twice on Sunday. So like for that, just right there instantly. You see how I am? I have not forgot that. What motherfuckers don't understand is you tell me I can't, I'll show you I can.
Yeah, that's right. And
I
we
was-
love
I
Dan
was
Le Batard,
motivated.
but he tried you.
Yeah, he's a Miami guy. I love his mom. I love his dad. I love Papi. I love
Great
his show.
people. Yeah, his show's awesome.
Yeah, all the time. But Dan tried me.
That's it. I mean, that's my man.
I'm your man. I'm supposed to be your man. I'm your son.
That's different. UD is 305.
Why'd you say that about UD, by the way?
I don't remember saying that about UD. I'm not totally sure. Can you guys find it for me? It feels like it's way pre-internet. But I don't have any recollection of saying that or writing that, but he's told me that a number of times before. Udonis Haslam, the most that I have ever seen Udonis Haslam laugh, and I've been covering him since he was in high school, was with my father on the set of Highly Questionable. I came out of an area and found Udonis Haslam was being held up by my father's shoulder because of how hard he was laughing on my father's shoulder as they were watching some of those Highly Questionable rap duo things that my father did with some of the rappers that are celebrated in the 21 Savage movie trailer. Can we get the movie trailer real quick and show Papi? Because I don't think, Papi, have you seen this? You don't have any idea. We talked to 21 Savage on Highly Questionable, but you don't know anything about 21 Savage. Okay, well, he's a famous rapper, and they had in what looked like a movie trailer a spoof recreation of Highly Questionable of us interviewing 21 Savage. And I want you to look on the screen here of the person that they've chosen to represent you. That is you. That is an actor representing you on Highly Questionable. Does that look like you? Do you think that that's a fair and accurate representation?
I'm not sure. I never had a mustache on Highly Questionable, right? I had the glasses. My hair wasn't white. It was kind of in between gray and white, but it wasn't that white, so I don't
Salt
know.
and pepper.
They
Yeah,
got the
salt and
eyebrows
pepper.
right.
They got the eyebrows right. Yeah, probably they got a good deal with the guy. You know what I mean?
You think they got him?
Yeah,
You got him at
good
a
deal,
discount? You think they got a discount, Papi? There?
That's right. They got a hell of a discount. The guy looks like he's desperate, really.
Okay, he's a desperate actor to take to take that role. Yeah, but
He's looking for a big splash. I think that he made a big splash.
are you offended? Do you want to?
No,
you don't
no,
want to
no,
create.
splash.
You don't want to create beef with 21 Savage.
No, I don't want to get into that. I don't.
Just-
That's the guy. That's 21 Savage.
No, that's me.
That's him.
That's me.
him right
That's your.
there.
That's your son, Dad.
That's about 221 Savage.
Where'd you come from?
Who is the guy on the?
On the left.
On the left,
That's
yeah.
Bomani, Dad.
That's Bomani. Okay.
That do you not? Does that not look like the set of Highly Questionable to you? Certainly, they got the palm trees right.
That's right. They got that, but they are missing the water, though. You know what I mean?
They are.
What do you think about fake Dan?
Who was treated?
I like his hair, though.
Yeah. Who is who has the most reason to be bothered by the way that we have been portrayed there? Is it you? Is it me? Or is it Bomani?
I think that is Bomani.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No, I think they got Bomani exactly right.
Oh, he got it right.
Yes, I think it's. I think that you have reason to be bothered by that, and I have reason to be bothered by that. I think Bomani should be flattered by that appraisal of him.
Okay, whatever you said is fine with me.
All right. Since when, Papi? Since when?
Since about 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. Okay. Since I gave you a free Danish.
That's right. That's right.
But no croquetas.
Yeah.
But no croquetas. As they think, no croquetas.
The
right.
people miss you, Papi. They want to know how you're doing. People want to catch up on how it is you're doing. You're enjoying retirement. Mom says you're sleeping a bunch. You're sleeping too much, according to Mom.
Just a nap here and there. That's all. You know
Love a
what
good
I mean?
nap.
That's right. After my lunch, I usually go for a nap and I would sleep for about 4 or 5 hours.
What do we have for lunch? What's lunch?
Same.
What are we usually having for lunch, Poppy?
It's not a nap.
It's black beans and rice, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I love. Can't live without that.
Mom could live without it because the reactions that you generally have to black beans are the cliched reactions to black beans. Mom complains anytime I bring you black beans.
Is that right?
You know this.
She never mentioned that to me.
Hard to believe.
Well, I lie a lot too.
That's perfect for that seat. He lies a lot. Are you a prodigious farter?
What was that?
Why'd you put on your South Beach Sessions voice for that?
Are you a prodigious farter?
Beans make you fart.
Prestigious, boy, that's a big word. I'm just a plain footer, that's all.
Okay.
Garden variety.
I was talking about Emmanuel Acho and what Marcellus Wiley had to say about him, but when the king arrives, everything stops. Everyone gets out of the way, and Papi eats his pastries and his Danishes. He's back over there. He's left. He doesn't want to participate anymore. It's kind of feeling a bit like the end at Highly Questionable when he just sort of said, I don't really want to do this anymore. Not interested in the celebrity and the fanfare. I just want the pastelitos. But what I was saying, because I was surprised, I hadn't heard this. I was talking about how it is that you can gain attention and currency in the fractured and modern media market where there are so many people fighting for space at the trough. And Marcellus Wiley apparently took Emmanuel Acho under his wing. And you tell me, because he was pretty matter-of-fact about the business of this, but it sounded cold and dirty, even though he didn't seem terribly bitter on South Beach Sessions. You understood that he was going to do things on the way to stardom that you weren't willing to with the take?
Look, I was not bitter, and I'm not bitter at what he did. And a lot of people want me to be bitter at what he did. I said, no, I'm not. Now, how he did it, that's the conversation if you want to have that. I get Acho, and Acho and I are working together, all great. But a few weeks into it, like just from hello, like I've known Acho for years, met him before, kind of like in a more of a like, I'm in the industry, he wasn't. He was just leaving school, and we stayed in touch, knew him from his ex-girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right, you imagine working with somebody a few weeks, and then you get a call. And I got a call from two people, boss and a coworker. Hey, what's going on with your show? I was like, what do you mean? Acho trying to do another show with his brother and all these other cats and trying to get you out. Man, we good. I tucked that away because that's who I am. I'm not going to hold that against you. But I'm going to watch. Remember, I just went through this with Whitlock. So we basically went almost 2 years of him giving me the dap in my face, but behind, working. And I didn't put up any resistance because we weren't fighting for the same thing. So when it was time to move on, I wasn't mad at what he did because I was like, I can't go to coach and say, hey, coach, give me the ball more if you want to give him the ball more. It wasn't that kind of dynamic. He wanted what I had, what we had. Now, if he would have went about it like Max did with First Take, soon as Max got the call from Stephen A., Max like, Marcellus, what's up? I was like, dawg, what you think? And I was like, well, what you think? And we went back and forth many a times. That's what I wanted. I didn't get that out of Whitlock. I didn't get that out of Acho. And I wasn't mad at either one for what that was, but just how it was.
Whittingham and Jessica are young people competing in the space to get noticed, to have a career, to have a future in this business. And I was delighted to hear the other day, Jessica, that even though Whittingham can be the strangest of individuals, that he just came over to your house in his free time long after having left here, because you guys are still friends after having worked together, even though he's got to be one of your strangest friends.
He's definitely one of my strangest friends. In fact, I invited him over to watch football, and he's great company during a football game. I should say American football, not the type of football that he's been doing play-by-play broadcast for. He actually, we offered him tea, and he had his own tea bag in his backpack, which I thought was weird. But other than that, very normal hang.
Is it strange? Was he looking down on your tea?
No, it was more so that like he has he wants to drink his throat coat to protect his, his vocal cords. And when I was like, did you seriously bring a little baggie with your own tea? Like the room turned on me and was like, you're an asshole. He's protecting his vocal cords. Like, of course he's bringing his own tea. And then I was treated like I was the weird one for thinking that he was weird, that he just casually had his own preferred tea brand in a backpack that he brought over to my house to watch an NFL game.
Well, you're an excellent baker. If you offered him something that you had baked and he said, no, thank you, and then went into his backpack and got something different out of there, I believe you are offending the host, are you not? Ron McGill has told us the story of when he was eating with an indigenous people. He has eaten strange animals on occasion just to be polite.
Not quite the same thing, but I see your point. It wasn't my own like hand harvested tea, so I wasn't offended that he didn't want my tea. I'm more so like when I go over to someone's house to watch a Cowboys game, I might bring my phone, my keys, maybe a tube of lip gloss. And Witty, to come over to my house, had a backpack with a laptop and a bag of throat coat tea. I just thought it was a little strange.
It's a vibe killer.
I think he was coming from work, to be fair, but I'm not going to be fair because it's Witty, and I want to roast him.
I think that is something that you should be polite about with your host. How much better could his possibly be, his tea, at throat coating and career protecting of his voice than your tea?
It says throat coat in the name, which is huge for branding. It is. In terms of making you assume it's better. Is your tea called throat coat?
Yeah, no, it's just tea pigs. It's very good tea, though.
I miss when Witty was here. Everyone used to be a lot nicer to me when he was here.
That's true.
That's right.
He was too out, by the way, for a while. And he still is, I believe. So
I can't believe that Witty gets stranger in absence than he was when he was here. Mike, you know him better than anybody. I don't think that you have betrayed him.
He's always been strange. I don't think he gets stranger in absence. Not at all. No. He's more things that would make us assume he's a serial killer would pop up if he were here constantly, although I'm very proud of him. He's a good boy.
I wanted to ask you guys something. I saw something that happened the other day at the Las Vegas airport because it made me think of Witty because he was so delighted. One of the happiest times I've ever seen him is that on the way out of Las Vegas, he won airport slots. And I think the Las Vegas airport leaving is one of the saddest places in the universe. Leaving the Las Vegas airport. Now, keep in mind, you're getting your ass kicked by Las Vegas the 2 or 3 days before that. And that airport and its slot machines, the people who are hiding in the corners where they do the caged lepers of smokers in the corner, and the old, and now my information's dated because I haven't been to Vegas in a while, but those slot machines outside of the gate make me sad. The people playing at them, all of that stuff just the rest of their money. But somebody the other day on a $3 slot machine won $1 million. $1 million. And you do what if that is you? Obviously, you're missing the flight, right? You have to.
I get Caleb Downs in the portal. That's for one.
I'm trying to figure out, like, am I cashing that out at the airport? Like, how does that work? Am I getting a ticket?
Do you go to TSA?
Like, I'm very skeptical.
And I'm all for the Hail Mary right before you board the red eye at the slots. Like, I'm down. I had this budget. I'm down to my last $7. Let's let this puppy ride. And when you hit on it, fewer better feelings than that.
No, those last $7 in Vegas are sad. The last $7 that you're just throwing.
You never feel more alive than when they're pulling the chips away, right? And if you somehow make money, it changes your entire attitude towards the trip that you had.
I'll always, if I've like, let's say I'm going to spend like a $200 at the casino, I always save like 10 or 15 bucks for like one number on roulette at the end. Like, it's like, all right, I have $200 here I'm willing to lose. Play a little blackjack, maybe a little craps, down like 150. So now I have $50 left that I'm willing to lose. I turn into the most aggressive gambler. I start betting for the bigger, like I'm trying to hit big now. Now it's like, I've already basically in my mind lost this 200. So I'm going to take this last 50, I'm going to put $10 on 5 numbers. So if I hit a number, I'm going to like win way more money than I would have.
Responsibly.
Right.
This is why the casinos in Las Vegas famously are very large.
You've never won that, correct?
I've hit numbers, yes. I've had, I mean, am I up, Dan? No. But have I like pulled out a win at the end by just hitting a number? Yes, I have done it before.
You
14
put
always.
up a wing
that
at
heater
the
in
win
Tahoe?
with that.
Yeah. Oh, we went on a heater, on an absolute tear in Tahoe. That was great. We were hitting on numbers at the tables.
And then we went on craps. We had a nice night there.
Oh, it was a great time.
The double six. I mean, the hard six. Oh, the hard six.
And then the vaccine ruined everything.
Yeah.
Billy, Chris Cody asked me something earlier that I did not know the answer to, which was, do you have any idea, Dan, what Billy's neuroses are headed to Vegas for Las Vegas and the Super Bowl? I didn't know the answer. He assumed that you are plagued at all times by whatever it is that your anxieties are, but I didn't know how to answer his question as to how anxious you were about what we're doing in Vegas for the Super Bowl.
I'm not. I don't think I'm saying I'm anxious. I don't know where that's coming from.
No, I'm saying, I'm asking. I think that I know you're dealing with Stugotz the most, and we're doing. It's a big undertaking. So I'm just imagining. I haven't spoken to you about this. That you've got to be the most stressed of all of us heading into this Vegas trip.
If I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, I don't want any of you going to the Super Bowl. Like, that is just a fact.
Me too.
It's just kind of
well, the
like
Dolphins didn't make it, so none of us will be
it's
going
just
anymore.
It kind of throws off what, like, you know, we do at the Super Bowl. Now there's like a whole other thing, and all these people and all these other responsibilities. Like, okay, well, you know.
Don't forget who was, doing the gritty with Mac Jones, all right? Some of us have been to the Super Bowl before,
Well, I'm just saying, we've planned our, like, Radio Row, we can't do anything because we plan the shows when it's prime time, baby, at Radio Row. So, like, now we're just hoping, like, the Lizard Man is walking by Tuesday at 9 p.m. over there.
We're not going to be anywhere near Radio Row.
No, I know. You're not going to be
You
anywhere
won't be.
But I needed to be at Radio Row for the Friday show that we need to put out, and we can't get those guests now because they're going to be doing the other shows.
But the main show is going to be incredible.
Yeah, no, that's going
DLS
to be
at
great.
Circa.
No, that's going to be fun.
And if you want to reserve
So
your
fun.
spot, head over to circalasvegas.com/lebatard. We're doing shows on February 8th and February 9th. Blown away by the early signups. Keep it going, because the more you sign up, the more power we have over Circa Swim.
It's kind of like, you know how you like your friends, but you like to go home where your friends aren't? It's like that a little bit. You know what I mean? Like,
Is it just Dan that you feel this way about?
no, it's
'Cause
just, you know.
You really want those 10 minutes with Stefan Diggs talking about Subway.
Yeah, I love that. I like those interviews. I like talking to them about whatever they want to talk about. It's fun. Boom, boom, boom.
There is
In and out, one after another.
There's
It's
a
fun.
special quality to asking BJ Raji about 1-800-Flowers.
I feel headed into this the way that I heard Jason Kelsey feels about the tush push, and Jalen Hurts confirmed this. This is a direct quote of what Jason Kelsey yells as soon as he snaps the ball. A direct quote from Jason Kelsey on the tush push. He screams in the middle of that, "My life!"